Hey, what's up? My name is Karrina Pitman and welcome to my channel. So here we discuss all things selling online and ultimately going after your dreams. So today, really quickly, we're gonna just go over what to do when your sales are low, but you're like, what in the world? I have inventory, what's going on? I do want to let you know I do have a free beginner guide down below, which will give you a wholesaler to get engaged in, as well as a little weekly tip. Okay, so commonly what will happen is you're shopping consistently, everything's on a rate pricer, or if you're not using a rate pricer, you're thinking that everything is going smooth sailing and your prices should be within the buy box and all of that. And then days go by, weeks go by, and then you forget about items that you listed maybe 5 months ago that are still sitting in the warehouse. So what I would typically do in this scenario is just go through every single item in your inventory. So what that looks like would be pulling up Seller Central specifically is what I would typically do, and I just print out, like I take a screenshot and I print out every single item. And then if you're using Inventory Lab, amazing. If you're not, I would calculate however you calculate. But with Inventory Lab, what I would typically do is I would have the sheet in front of me. I would then have Inventory Lab on my computer, and then I would also have Go Aurora, which is the repricer I use, and I would write and see the price differences. So instead of floating between Seller Central, Inventory Lab, Go Aurora, which you can definitely just go between Inventory Lab and the repricer if you want. So what you want to do is really just look at, first I shuffle between what is the latest or like the farthest out. So if I have an item in stock and it was first listed July of 2020, then I would want to start there, because obviously those long-term storage fees do add up and do affect you, especially if it is a larger item. So I would typically go and see, okay, first of all, what is the rank? Is the rank still a decent rank? So typically I aim for under 100,000. And then the other thing I would do is, what is the buy box price at? If I'm selling it at $20 and the buy box is $10, obviously that is a potential reason that it is not selling, because my price is way too far from the buy box. So I check the rank, I check the price, I check the sellers. Is there a lot of sellers on it? So same thing with the buy box price. If you're too far, it's probably just not being shown to a lot of people. If there's 5 sellers on it, you potentially have more of an opportunity to be within that buy box at your higher price, so it doesn't really matter in that effect. But if you are selling an item and there's 100 different sellers on it, and well, that makes sense why things aren't selling, because there's 100 different people to float between the buy box. So that is something I would keep in mind. And then I would go ahead and determine, well, do I need to keep this item in stock? Do I think it's gonna sell? Let me check the sales rank. Let me go further into it. So that is typically what I do. I do that I try to do it on a weekly basis, but it's more of a monthly thing. But it is something that you can check. And then of course, with those things that have been sitting in the warehouse for so long, you can of course just remove them, or you can just put them on sale, and better off just breaking even on them. So hopefully that helps. If you have any tips or tricks, leave them down below. And thank you so much for watching, and make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Make sure you get that free beginner guide and check out my weekly tips. And thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.